Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, hi, this is Pinky and I make multilingual bookish content here. I have been having a really good reading month so far and I thought I would do a little mid-month wrap-up to chat about everything I have read. It's quite a nice mix of books, and so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the two graphic novels I read. First up is Swim Team by Johnny Christmas. This was such a refreshing read. It follows a girl named Bree who has just moved to a new city with her dad and starts at a new school. She ends up getting placed in a swim class, but the problem is she doesn't know how to swim and she is terrified of water. I loved how it explored personal fears, friendship, and even the deeper history of racial barriers in swimming. It was eye-opening but also super uplifting. Plus, the mentor-student relationship between Bree and her elderly neighbor who teaches her how to swim was honestly one of my favorite parts. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was powerful and heartwarming, though maybe a little predictable in parts. But honestly, I would still recommend it to readers of all ages. It's a fast read but leaves a lasting impact. Next up is The Tryout by Christina Suntonvat, and this one gets a full 5 stars from me. It is a middle grade graphic novel and it's based on the author's real life experiences, which I always find so fascinating. It's everything I wanted from a coming of age story: relatable, awkward, funny, and honest. It touches on cultural identity, fitting in, friendship struggles, but all in a really heartfelt and accessible way. I loved the art, the tone, and how real it felt. Definitely a highlight of the month so far. I also read 3 short stories this month, and if you saw my short story recommendations video, you probably already know which ones. But just to name them again, The Lottery by Shirley Jackson, classic and creepy. The Bookstore Sisters by Alice Hoffman, magical, quiet, and beautifully nostalgic. Buried by Jeffrey Deaver, a fast, twisty little psychological thriller with that classic thriller tension. I gave each of these 4 stars, all really strong, just in very different ways. In case you missed that video and want to check out the detailed reviews, I'll share the link in the description box. And finally, let's talk about The Maid by Nita Prose. I gave this one a 3.5 stars, and while I didn't love it as much as I had hoped, I still think it has a lot going for it. And the story follows Molly, a hotel maid who's incredibly neat, rule-abiding, and sees the world in a very black and white way. When she finds a guest dead in one of the rooms, she ends up tangled in the investigation, and well, things unfold from there. Now, I'll be honest, if you're going into this expecting a twisty, edge of your seat mystery, it might not fully deliver on that front. The mystery element is kind of soft and not super layered. However, I felt Molly is such a likable character, awkward, sincere, and very different from your typical narrator. I really enjoyed seeing things from her perspective. There's something very warm and genuine about how she navigates the world, even when people don't understand her. And the book touches on some lovely themes too, like kindness, judgment, and how easy it is to overlook people who don't fit into the usual boxes. There's also a found family angle that I really appreciated. So yeah, while it didn't blow me away as a mystery, it was a pleasant read overall. If you're looking for something easy to get through, The Maid is still worth picking up. So that's my July mid-month wrap-up. A mix of heartfelt graphic novels, short but powerful stories, and a gentle mystery. I feel like it's been a pretty solid reading month so far, and I hope the second half of the month is just as good. Let me know in the comments what you have been reading or if you have read any of the books I talked about. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this little wrap up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a fellow reader. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Happy reading.